up, y'all? It's your girl Katia, aka Mariama May, and I am back again with another video. As you can see, I just, I added a little razzle dazzle, added a jean jacket just so it might look a little different. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just wear the same thing. So this little key is kind of cute. I'm just saying, I feel like this could be a look, whatever, but that's not what we're here for. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning to my channel, for supporting your girl on her YouTube journey to 1 million subscribers. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're trying to do. We're gonna do it. But if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I hope you enjoy it. This is a warm, safe environment. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into the video. Okay, so substitute teaching. So the first things that I'm going to go over before I go over my first day as a substitute teacher. Okay, so before I get into my actual experience on my first day, I just want to get right into the video for those of you who came to see what things that you should expect as a substitute teacher. So as a substitute teacher, I would say the first thing that you would need to do is to prepare yourself. I would say prepare yourself mentally. So first things first, in the morning, me as a Christian, I have my devotions in the morning because you don't ever know what things you're gonna face in the day, what things may come your way, if you'll even make it to the end of the day, honestly, just thinking. So you want to acknowledge God in all of your ways. So me as a Christian, I have my devotions in the morning first before I go to be with the children, to be with my coworkers, whatever. So praying that, God be with me and my family and my loved ones throughout the day, or seek God first in the day. So after my devotion, dress. So your attire as a substitute teacher, you want to definitely, or even as a teacher, you want to definitely dress comfortably because you don't know what situations that you will be in, as far as if you're going to have to go run after a kid, or if you're going to be, if you're going to be, going outside with them for recess, you want to be comfortable. So I would not advise that you wear heels because you are going to be working with children, even if it is middle schoolers or what have you. I would just definitely, me personally, if you are on my channel, you know that I love fashion. I love to dress up. I have lots and lots and lots of pairs of heels, but I don't wear them to the school because that's just not the place for it, to me personally, because I'm going to be dealing with children. I'm going to be running around. I don't want to say run around, be walking a lot of walking, a lot of standing. You can definitely sit as well, but as a substitute teacher, float, I walk around a lot, so there's a lot of walking, and I would just say definitely dress comfortably. I would just say casual comfort, casual professional comfort, because you are representing yourself and you are representing the institution that has hired you. So you want to be a professional, and as well as being comfortable for yourself dealing with the children. So boom, devotion, comfort, professionalism. Next, so going into the school at the time that they have allotted you. Now, if that's your window, especially if it's your first time subbing, you want to try to be there 10 minutes early. Honestly, I would say, just to make sure you get a whole good overview of everything, I would advise you be there especially your first day, 15 minutes early. Now, as you get used to it, on your first day, honestly, I would advise you 15 to 20 minutes early, because the teacher's gonna have, if you're doing a full day, the teacher's gonna have this thing out for you, and it's gonna be your first day, and you're just gonna be I have these children that I'm responsible for, these kids I need to care for, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them, I want to do the best thing. I want the teacher to want me to come back. I want the children to want me to come back. And you're just okay, so there's going to be it's probably a packet or something that the teacher will have for you when you on the desk, and certain things, or the times might be highlighted, yada, yada. So in order to have enough time, because, the children will start arriving in the school probably at the time that they say that you need to be there. So you probably should be there like 10 minutes early maybe, so that you can be there when they start arriving and pouring into the classroom and everything. So I would say 10 to 15 minutes early. Then I would say, while you're looking over everything that the teacher has said, you know, because you're responsible for the children in these minds, and these, I would say, like these, you know, these little beautiful intuitive minds, depending on what grades like you're subbing in, I feel like this could go for kind of like a range scope. I deal kind of with the littles, so K through 4th is what I deal with. Like I have floated with the 6th graders, dealing with, you know, with their lunch or whatever, like dealing with older groups as well. But my preference is the K through 4th, like the small, more obedient, impressionable mind for subbing for. So the more obedient, you know, when they're younger, they kind of follow each other, they're more friends, it's less cattiness, it's less whatever. That's just my personal preference for subbing. Follow with the teacher, the instructions the teacher has left for you to the best of your ability. And if you need help, just ask for help. So that's kind of like the main things I would tell you as far as like going about it. So prepare your mind in the morning. Make sure like you're being fair to the children. Like you don't want to have a bad morning and you're coming to the school kind of like with this bad attitude, a shorter temper, like you want to be fair to the children, because children will be children, you know, like children can test you sometimes, and you don't want to not be in the right, you know, be fair to the children because you didn't have the best morning. But you want to, you know, try to, you know, prepare your mind as best as your ability when you walk into the school. Just be that inspiration that, you know, the children need. And then follow the instructions that the teacher has set for you to the best of your ability. Some things you may not understand. It's kind of a lot going on at one time. And in a sense, you're kind of just thrown out there. So if you're one of those people that's good on your feet, I feel like I'm good on my feet with just like, okay, I can jump in, you know, I can try to do it, whatever, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something I would say, like, for you personally, be prepared, like, to deal with as a substitute teacher, is just kind of on your feet type of things, because you just are following the instructions that the teacher has set for you. So just kind of like be prepared for that. And then I would say, as far as like what to expect, or like the mindset, I guess, what to have or whatever, is definitely be patient. Be patient with children, because children are soon to be adults and people. And as we know, people go through different things in their life. People have different type of backgrounds at home. You just never know what's going on in somebody else's world, let alone a young child's world, especially like the troubled youth. Because you will probably be subbing over a classroom, like a range of little personalities or range of minds or whatever. You can't just zero your attention on this one that maybe has like a troubled background or a troubled home life, but you do want to try to be understanding of that. And with children, I learned this in like I took a psychology class in college, and it's basically like, it was like performance management or whatever. So definitely you want, with children, what works for them, to be fair as well. You can be fair with all children, but there are incentives that just as your employer gives you incentives for you to work harder, a promotion, you know, raise on the job, more money, you know, whatever, just like you get those incentives as an adult, and it makes you kind of want to work harder, do whatever you have to do whatever kind of like your employer wants you to do. You want to kind of do the same thing for those children, for those young minds. So when you're dealing kind of with the troubled youth, you kind of want to do incentives like that could help them as well. Like, if you do this, then you'll be able to get this. If you want more, you know, if you want to go outside for recess, then we have to pay attention for our work. But performance management, honestly, like that concept goes so far as an adult, as a parent, as an employer, as a boss, as a CEO, as a business owner, entrepreneur. Like, those incentives literally can be used anywhere. Also, something that's very important that goes along with the incentives is like your attitude. Like, you want to have a good attitude, just as you're more susceptible to kind of listen to, or to be more respectful, or more or listen to more a person that respects you more, as along with those incentives. Because if you have an employer that you don't really like, but they trying to get you to, you know, do whatever, yeah, you want the job and everything, but it's like, with this employer, like this boss, he is like not the boss for me. Like, he's not very polite. He's always negative, yada yada yada, and it kind of makes you not want to be there and go work somewhere else. Not really caring for the incentives. That's almost the same way with children. Of course, you are the leader and you are the boss in the classroom, so you do want to set the tone, like, when you get there. Like, yes, you do want the children to like you and everything, but that's not why you're there. I do want to be a sub, like I do want the children to be like, yeah, we had fun, but I'm not really your friend first. I'm your teacher first. And then, you know, I can try to help you to the best of my abilities, as in the realm of professionalism, just being respectful of the institution, the children, the student, and their best interest for them. But you are going to respect me first, or there are going to be repercussions. I don't deal with the disrespect, especially from children, period. You want to set the tone of respect in the classroom. Those are kind of like my tips for like substitute teaching or teaching. I would say substitute teaching because I'm not a teacher, but those are kind of like what things that you can expect. Follow the teacher's rules, you know, read it carefully. You want to try to get there in enough time to really read it, get an understanding. If possible, you know, try to get familiar with the school, which is something that the school that I'm working with definitely helped me to get the opportunity to flow in and out of the classrooms, you know, so that the children kind of get used to seeing me. They get familiar with me, so they know like what things to expect. And like I said, be patient, because sometimes, especially for the littles, they might cry and be like, I was expecting Mrs. like their normal teacher, like I was expecting her to be here. Because children, like especially the little ones, like they're used to like a certain, you know, routine or regimen where Mrs. such and such usually does this, and you know, like they can, you know, be panicky or whatever, and then you still have these other 15 little minds to be responsible for, while one is literally having like a meltdown. So definitely be patient. Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed. It's gonna be okay. It's just one day. So just take it, I want to say take it easy, but just like don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed. Just like, you know, I got this. It's going to be okay. It's going to be good. We're going to do the best that we can do following these teachers' instructions. And whatever we won't get to, there's definitely a reason why. Or, you know, we'll talk to the teacher about it. Definitely want to try to just respect the teacher. Like, you picked up her shift. This is her classroom. So you want to try to be respectful of that. Me personally, I have a background, like I said, with working with children in the past. So I worked with the troubled youth. I work with diversity of children, like at the YMCA. So it's just like I've dealt with different backgrounds, as well as having nieces and nephews myself, children at church, like, so it's just different things. And then dealing with older kids that may have troubled youth. You don't want to definitely allow them to disrespect you, but I would just say don't entertain like the foolishness or the mess, yada yada yada. Like, hey, chill out, we not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm only 5'3", okay? You gonna respect me. And then the blessing with that as well is that I can pray. Like, I can pray about situations. I can pray about anything. I can bring all my cares to God in prayer. I pray for my coworkers. I pray for my students. Like, you know, I take it to God in prayer, and I know that he's going to work it out. So the issue children that I'm having with is just a matter of prayer, incentives, and consistency. You're going to respect me. I'm not going to tolerate it. But yeah, so that's kind of like what things I would say for you to expect as a substitute teacher, how to, you know, get your mind in that frame of, you know, being a substitute teacher, because this is very, like I said, it's very on your feet, like 24 kids, like all these, you know, 48 sets of eyeballs, whatever, looking at you like, teach us, we're here. subbing is going to be a blessing if you do it. But yeah, those are like the main things. Be patient and have fun. Enjoy it. Like, you're subbing for a reason. Like, yes, it's like your income, but like, enjoy it. Enjoy this present. Like, be present with your life. Enjoy the process. Okay, y'all, so it's actually editing day, and I forgot to do my classic ending to do a proper goodbye. So thank you so much for watching this video. So without further ado, over and out.